I honestly back this guy on the T side to be like AWPing out Squeaky Door and stuff like that, or going for some of those outside peaks. And I think the team has the coordination to be able to boost him up onto some of those off angles and try to set him up for success. But we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised to see a 5 rifle either way. 5 sets of armor. It's pretty clear what's happening here, Jim.
Oh, here we go. They're just going to head straight into battle as, well, it is just carnage here in the top side. However, they get in without taking any losses. Either of these two teams, it's going to be a duel in the hut. The cavalry has arrived for GODSENT, and they are just going to try and compress onto Movistar. It's good for Barton. Can he dislodge the second? Sunpice is here with the Glock. He's gone too. And now they are falling apart. Barton has everything going his way. Alex, he avoids being knifed narrowly.
Oh my god. That shot onto the player, like going for the knife, and if he connects one more goosh onto Lado, that round's Dunskies, but GODSENT recover.
Who was that?
Alex, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Dear me.
Yeah, I mean, Movistar Riders, I remember they did that pistol against Renegades, I think it was, at the Major. And I was watching that game, and I was like, okay, first gun round. Renegades was on the CT side. I was like, I hope they're going to get off to a good start here. And Movistar did that uppers rush against Renegades and, like, absolutely domed them. And I was like, oh, no, this game's over, isn't it? Like, the 5 Glock rush with armor when you hit those shots is demoralizing to play. But GODSENT, they took that lobby control, massive 3K from Barton to be able to just spin the numbers, and easier to pick those blocks apart once you start taking a couple of them out. What great spam onto Phelps. He was trying to utilize the one-way, read beautifully by Movistar Riders, who were just forcing the way through outside in towards Warehouse. Dumao, he's going where the CTs buy guns.
They don't have any utility, so to speak of. But they're just taking these duels. Taco takes aggression towards the radio room, and now Dumao is forced back to the forklift. So this is going to be a duel that he probably doesn't want to be taking in his own spawn, but this is how fast Movistar have gone and how hard they are pushing. They bought into it. They've got the AK. They've got the AK and Galils just supporting.
Just such a ridiculous round, isn't it? There's no util though, so Movistar have to rely on some of these timings. Alex in towards lobby, sees that player close to Squeaky, relays the information to the boys. He's going to try to clear out lobby, and a nice readjustment onto Barton as well. Lato, he's still able to get one, even though his position's compromised. How is he sprayed down their whole team?
The FAMAS, it sings.
What
I feel
is that?
like the FAMAS in that sort of situation against armored opponents, head armored opponents, may have been completely useless, but he makes short work of Movistar, and that is a movie round. Back to Glocks though, Movistar.
My voice wasn't ready for it, Jim. Wasn't ready for it.
No, look, sometimes you just question reality in those sort of moments.
Did I just... FAMAS, he's, you know, they know where he is. He's good for one.
Did I just see a FAMAS do that? No, surely. It doesn't pass the eye test.
No.
You don't want it to.
It's not real. Sometimes you gotta realize though. Oh.
Only the realize.
Yeah. That's a nice deagle shot. Not really a whole lot to work with for Movistar in this round, but what they do have, they're making great use of. Hello. Down in lowers. No one down here. Get a free bomb plan, I think. And with 5 alive, it's a bloody weird situation to be in, as GODSENT. What the hell's going on? They're like, what?
Taco's arrived. He questions reality as well. That smoke is perfect for Phelps. But in the meantime, Movistar are just taking duels around the map and seeing if they can catch this GODSENT side off with some of these rotations. Now, this round has layers, Pilski. It is going to come to an end here. Wow, Lado and Dumao get done. The defuse comes in, but in all honesty, they've done a lot of damage.
Yeah. Dav gets an A1S as well. That's a great round for Movistar. Just the bomb plant buffs up their economy. They take 3 guns off GODSENT and bamboozle them. Beautiful stuff. Love to see it.
Very messy to watch, though.
Yeah. Oh, I love it, though.
That's
And
true.
Movistar into round number 4. I mean, like 1+K on all of the players. Dav's got 4,600. He's got that Movistar bank, dude.
Absolutely. To be honest, Pilski, some of the finest delights in life, like ribs and wings, can get a little bit messy.
I haven't had ribs in a while, to be honest. Oh, flash into warehouse. Not the full L smokes, just the 2 across the left side and no warehouse smoke. And they send Alex in there. Which this early on, you wouldn't be expecting a rifler to be playing in the backside of warehouse. So it's not a bad call for Movistar. And again, they're doing the same approach, trying to wrap all the way into warehouse and onto ladder base. But GODSENT seems a lot more ready for it this time. Barton does go down, though, and things are getting a bit more interesting. But it's a bit one-dimensional for Movistar. You know, Nuke T-side is about the layers, right? But they're all kind of grouped up towards warehouse side, and that is not the bomb site. As such, they try to go towards Secret, and Sun Pius, you thought he was caught in transition, but it's just a great readjustment from him.
Yeah. Taka gets off about 3 bullets, though, before he's flattened. And well, Demau's still here with that AWP. All GODSENT needed to do in that situation was turn their attention to ladder base. Demau had outside City Spawn with that AWP, and time is ticking, though. They're still not heading towards this bomb site. They're not far away, though, as they still have 1 player to dislodge here. In fact, they've got a crossfire to dismantle, so this is not going to be easy.
No. Got their work cut out for them. Progression smoke. Get onto the site and plant. Sorry, mate. Not going to happen. 5 seconds on the clock. That's the round. Thanks for playing.
Yep, it is. That is unfortunately going to be it for Movistar. Need to survive. Don't want to peek in these sort of situations either. I thought maybe Dav was close enough to pick up the bomb a little bit quicker. There was a moment, but he had angles to check.
Well, still took 3 guns off GODSENT and enough money to reinvest. So, although they're not getting the rounds across the board from Movistar, they're still leaving the door open to get back into the half. There's only that 1,400 loss bonus, and GODSENT, their money is still not quite together.
Low, steady here though for Movistar. Him out. Eventually does get flashed off the line. I thought for a moment there, we've seen him progress time and time again. Taco.
I love it. The flashes into upper to pull the elbow rotator off, and they just dive straight through that smoke. Down in towards lower. 2 players rotating down vent and secret from GODSENT. So there's good coverage on this lower site actually, but Movistar, with that ramp room control, they're throwing the window smoke and the door smoke, but they're not actually committing into lower. They are making GODSENT so confused right now. Who's in upper? Is it just Barton?
Yeah, playing from on top of the silo. Now, Dumau's going to come in through the annex, and he might be able to catch them off. At smoke, could just fade at the worst possible time for Movistar, but they're going to be trained on this angle. Oh, shoulder peek here. Dumau, he's good for 2. Strong hold from him. And they have not even cracked this topside defense just yet. As they say that, though, they do find Dumau. And this round is getting worse for GODSENT. Taco's here. Is he going to be able to prevent the plant? There's nobody checking the rafters. However, that is remedied. Now Phelps is being flattened. They're just trading their way to success.
Alex, he's stepping up massively. 9 and 2. Every single time someone takes contact, Alex is there to cover. The trades are just so snappy from him right now. Lato had a good game for himself as well, trying to complete this 1-on-2, but with both of these Movistar players stacked right on top of each other. And obviously, with his back to them, he's not going to have a lot of luck. What was that? 3 or a 4K from Alex, who is into the double digits early. And it's an impact round from him. That breaks GODSENT's economy. Absolutely massive.
I thought this round was done and dusted, I'll be honest. After the heroics of Dumau with that AWP, but...
4K from him. 4K to break the CT money. And get Movistar into the game. And not surprised to see this from GODSENT. They had a very weird money situation. 2 players sitting up around 3.6. The other 3 pretty broke. So, it's pistol armor with 2 rifles. Absolutely no util. Movistar quick out of smokes. Alex trying to spray back and find where those bullet traces have originated from. But after getting into secret and pressuring outside, again, this seems to be the go-to for Movistar. They're pushing and pulling around the map. They're making it look like they're going to uppers, then ramps, and then back and forth. GODSENT just always trying to react, always kind of one step behind the pace for the most part.
Hoping to catch them in transition. They want to put them in a constant state of transition between the bomb sites, but we saw them try this last round.
That's what T-side Nuke's all about, though.
Very true. We saw them try this, the previous round. It wasn't as successful, however. Make a sound here, and Dumao's going to be all over it. Oh, the timing's not going to work out either. Dumao does find one. There's a trade there. No. Dav! Oh, they all fall. Dumao, good for the triple. The timing on that was perfect. He just was sitting by lockers, minding his own business, and the timing from him is fantastic. Now, this is a round where kills would have been gold for Movistar.
Yeah, especially if you get those pistolers out towards outside, pick up a couple of rifles. And Movistar, again, this is something we saw from them on Overpass. The initial parts of the round don't go well for you. They tend to just save.
They ran into the one M4 that they had.
Look at this. GODSENT just scavenging absolutely everything. Phelps and Taco have found AKs. Can we get Lato a present too? Unfortunately not. 3 AKs picked up though, which is beautiful from GODSENT, considering what they came into that round with, and you see the economy swing from that.
Got their money for nothing. Their AKs are free. Timeout now from Movistar to just try and work out where they want to go in terms of direction. They still have some bank to work with though, so it's not as though it's the end of the line for the economy. And GODSENT, they're looking good so far on the CT side. Some individual heroics for Dumao. We were saying earlier in the pre-game, it hasn't necessarily been, you know, individual star performers for them in particular rounds. Bar maybe, you know, Sun Pius, who has been peering at the worst possible moment for GODSENT. However, Dumao there picking up 3. Nice buffer for him too. More importantly, getting some guns in that CT economy without that investment.
They've built themselves up a little bit of a bank to work with. Movistar, a bit more limited than they may have liked, down to 2 Galils. They've burnt through most of their utility in the early round, investing in some of these outer smokes, but I'm pretty sure one of those Molotovs from GODSENT has broken the smoke wall. Dumao taking the duels from Warehouse, and they fix it. They plug the leak with the underarm smoke. Crossing into secret, punished by Taco, and GODSENT are all over this.
No spacing from the T's for the trade either. They were not anywhere near.
It's so awkward though, isn't it? Like, your wall of smokes on outside gets disrupted. That's where, you know, some of those protocols get a bit messier.
Taco just finding the timing too with the push. Now, he needs to be careful here. Either he's going to be found by Mofos or he's going to find the timing. It was the latter that would have worked in his favour, but oh, he's gone on for another.
I mean, that was kind of a bit more of the famous performance that I expected from Lato the other round. Just a 80-4 kind of day, and then you just get domed by the AK. So I guess not all of us are as gifted. Speaking of the man, he's kind of the one in pole position to make something happen for GODSENT here. Sneaking in through Megaton. Phelps has still got to rotate down. And he's going the long way through secret. Both players have kits, so they do have the luxury of taking their time a little bit more. But Movistar are not budging. 2 players in towards control room, 1 in dark. It's a pretty decent setup.
Phelps does have some utility.
He's not even interested.
He's nowhere near. He's in a different postcode. Lato may be able to take an exit if Mopos decides to break from the rest of the team, but that's not going to be the case. They're just going to consolidate, settle up as a unit. So a much needed round for Movistar, and it's very important that GODSENT do save those weapons because their money situation is a bit dire.
I mean, Lato, these are the times where the 2900 versus the 3100 is a world of difference.
Oh, absolutely.
if they want to buy up here. They can drop 2. Famis dropped over, so he's going to prioritize a little more util.
It is Nuke, though.
Yes, for sure. I mean, yeah, you'll take that.
Absolutely. Take util, I guess, over weaponry. You can close the gap, depending on where you're playing positionally.
Sure. This is a bit different.
Nice. Lado. They're going to check it. They're going to flash for it. It's the first time I've seen it. Oh,
no way.
Doomau finds 2, though, so his reply is almost instantaneous, and there is nobody stepping to trade him at red. He's going to be calling for a rotation from GODSENT.
Oh, the push through secret, though, that might just undo GODSENT. Yeah, there's no way you're expecting this flank to come in. Barton, he never even had a chance. He had an MP9. He was trying to make something happen with it, you know? He's walking up. He's like, well, the longer this round goes, the less this MP9 is going to do work for me. I need to get out there and make something happen. And Movistar now sticking to the absolute fundamentals, hand in hand.
Taco. Oh, they're all going to converge on the roof. The timing?
Has he seen him?
This is... Oh, the ships in the night were getting ready to pass one
What
another.
an angle to get domed on, by the way, if you're Taco. You're like sneaking up onto the roof. You're like, okay, listening for footsteps. Maybe I go silo, go clear outside.
Nothing. Okay.
What did I have for breakfast today? And this gets absolutely owned. On
Suddenly
the side of the head on the most random angle.
your breakfast reappears.
Well, again, good recovery from Movistar. Good to see them. Even in some of these rounds that would break some other teams, like you lose the half buy and give a bunch of AKs over to the other team, they're still staying competitive.
Ooh, okay. Those USPs. Absolute value for money.
I mean, they're free.
Yeah.
Doesn't get much more value than that.
They're exactly right. They're like the best advice. Okay, I have some information now. My pause. Oh, okay. Anybody going to arrive? Oh, Taco. Oh, Taco. He finds my pause eventually. So he picks the pockets of Movistar. And Barton's there for his own pickings as well, but they're all trained on that roof. It's chewing up time for Movistar, having to remove these members of GODSENT. Barton is surely not long for this world. Let's shoot up so much time. Sunpire's go. He arrives on top side. They should be able to stream in. Thankfully, it's not a long trip to the bomb sites. Oh, Taco. No, that's not good. That's not good. He misses his mark.
Broken his ankles.
Meets his maker.
Yeah, I think you're right. With the Sunpire's maybe not being as impactful, at least on the T side of Nuke. But good news for Movistar is the overall structure, as well as Alex in some of these key rounds, is been more than good enough.
Yeah.
Not reliant on him, but if he's going to go big, then that'll always help out.
To the moon. That's where his aim went.
I mean, yeah. But I'm more impressed with Alex. There hasn't been a single duel where he's been caught off guard. Full focus, crosshair placement, always trained perfectly.
I think it just speaks to the strength of the roles they're currently set for this Movistar Rider team. They know their roles really well. And let's just say that that is a product of just the overall tactics. Now, that's an interesting stat too.
Which is the surprising one, because if you remember, the opening game of this tournament, Movistar played a little team from NA called RPG.
Yes.
And I saw them get 16-7, and I was thinking, what is going on? I mean, that's the series that Movistar probably should have 2-0'd every day of the week.
Yeah. And they were the #3 team in ESL Premier NA. So, here we go. Top side is going to be where the action unfolds. Laddo just letting loose, letting it rip. Phelps has chimed in too, and this is falling apart for Movistar.
Yeah, you could see GODSENT. They anticipated that uppers execute every day of the week, literally with util in hand, just waiting, ready to go. Disruptive positions in front of Squeaky Door, not worried about any annex pressure. And sometimes the balance that you strike on Nuke, I don't know if that was spotted from Sun Pius. He's going to reposition back towards the hut side. And again, you're seeing GODSENT, even in a 4-on-1, good flashes onto angles to be able to potentially clean up the round a little bit cleaner if possible. Taco with a bit of spam through, so Sun Pius thinks, I'm going to go over and towards this neck of the woods. But hasn't worked too well for him. And GODSENT, good recovery, 4 alive. Good shutdown on that uppers execute. Tack timeout here for Movistar Riders. They've been quite responsible using these timeouts early, not, a lot of teams we've seen, they wait until the game gets a little bit spicy, and then they'll take the timeout, which kind of indicates to me that Movistar is one of these teams where the coach has got a lot of input. They want to get him involved in the conversation nice and early and give him plenty of opportunities to, get involved, have a chat, share some ideas, maybe remind everyone of some preparation, perhaps.
You don't want to be this glorified spectator in that role either.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was going to say water boy, but not too many of those at this level of competition, I don't think.
No, although I do think there is room for the halftime oranges.
Cold oranges? In the Aussie summer.
Oh,
beautiful.
Wearing it as a mouthguard after you finished, even better. But
I was always a watermelon guy myself.
Yeah, you always had head armor.
Like that picture of the cat, one of my faves.
Absolutely. Now Taco, he's going to have to find his timing. Oh, this is superb. A lot of damage done. Dumao is also there, and they knock the dominoes down. Alex, speaking to his impact, however, he's not going to have a lot of impact being outside, so far away from the action. Big push. Oh, disappointing for Barton to go down there. Laddo eventually provides the cover.
Bloody hell, Dumao. Every round, mate. His favourite spot.
He's protecting CT spawn.
Yeah.
Always. But, I mean, how deep do you have to play as the CT side, right? Like, that's how much pressure Movistar putting on areas like Annex, like the warehouse.
Yep, for sure.
They're essentially forcing him to play these really, really defensive off angles, and that's just speaking highly of the structure of Movistar. However, it's not having the success, and now they're on this half buy that is going to be defined by some frenetic pace. Oh, Laddo somehow survives there. Oh, he's been eventually taken down. There was some antics to get over that Molotov, but Alex, he does find Taco. So this could be dangerous for GODSENT. Dumao gets traded, though.
Oh, that's bomb denial. Phelps, great crosshair placement, good awareness. The nade might be good to just clean it all up. 1 HP! Does the molly do it? Dav hiding behind the molly. That's such a dirty off angle behind the door.
It can win it too with the Galil.
Wow, I can't believe that he's actually been able to recover that. I switched off. I was like, Phelps has got that for sure. 100%, 1 HP, just the 1 bullet needed. But the flash, I think, off the back left side of that wall.
Yeah.
Set him up. And look, Movistar, they scraped that round together. I mean, barely got it across the line, but it was more than good enough. That massive 1v1 being won there breaks the money of GODSENT yet again, and Movistar are now putting themselves in pole position to take a very, very close half for themselves when it looks like GODSENT was recovering. Similar to Overpass, it just goes back and forth in these streaks of rounds.
Now, I will admit, though, this is far less tactical than what we saw on Overpass. Right? The set smokes coming out from Movistar, not necessarily what you're expecting from a conventional Nuke T side, but what they are doing is they are playing around it quite well. I mean, they're almost targeting now Dumao here outside and forcing him, as we said, to play these funky angles, to play from these positions that are not common now. How defensive is he? He will eventually re-aggress outside, but I mean, look at this. They're
1
expecting
minute
it.
15 and Alex is sitting there. Like, it's just absurd. But they put Alex in those lurk positions a couple of times now, running those 1-4 setups. With the outside smokes, they sent him into secret and then tried to work ramp room. So it does seem like that's kind of Movistar style right now. Dav's got secret control. The rest of the lads going to go join up with him and start to put some pressure on lowers. And if they're able to do that and pull the rotations from GODSENT, they just always have someone keeping an eye on that. Alex spotted over there. Taco, that is such a cheeky angle, playing in front of the smoke, but with a deagle against a full buy. You need to try to get away with something like that. Now they've still got 2 players here, Movistar, in towards upper. They're going to smoke lowers, commit some flashes in there, and then pop straight up the fence. There's still a player in towards hut side. Barton's got to go massive here, but he's been dinked, so he's going to have a tough time. He's getting spammed through hut. Only 8 seconds on the clock, though. They have to plant.
And he's going to take this 1 versus 1. Doesn't win, however. Both teams from Movistar are going to group up here, and they're going to find the headshot angle. Alex and Deaths take 1 apiece, and they play that smartly, knowing that it was very likely GODSENT would do the same.
I love that approach in the 2-on-2 when you don't have the info. It's a whole different story when you know roughly where some of those CTs are. But when your default plant on Nuke, where they could come heaven, heart, annex, wherever, up the vent, I love the approach of just taking matters into your own hands, double walking, trying to go take that duel.
Oh, outside stack coming out from GODSENT.
Yeah, they're just on that eco. And
could work, actually.
Yeah,
Alex,
get some damage done.
Here we go. He's going to face the firing squad. Oh, they're getting maximum efficiency out of those USPs. They're going to float onto this top site on the info as well.
Oh, messy.
Takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, another dink onto Dav. Yeah, it got a bit spicy, but all good.
Absolutely, nearly got away from them.
Well, see, he's gonna take the majority now. As GODSENT go into another buy. It's a decent one. Good money from Movistar as well. They were getting close to the point where GODSENT could have potentially taken like double digits and commanding control of this half, but after that pause and a couple of close rounds, particularly that 1v1 clutch from Dav was very impactful. Movistar have been able to scrape together this T side and keep it super competitive. So, like I said before, we'll see who takes the majority here, but it's not going to have too much impact on the grand scheme of the game. Very fast pace from Alex.
No. Doesn't hit that shot. Utility from GODSENT. He's never going to be able to deal with a full rush like that. So they now pump the brakes a little bit and start to spread out.
Yeah, I'm going to walk down secret. Helps us on the angle. Spots a foot through the bottom left side of that smoke, and Movistar just going to push straight through it and put pressure on him.
Oh, he's going to get up to that angle. Good for 1. He's just running along the ledge. Buying some precious time. Deaths provides the cover. And now Dumao could be of impact here. He could catch out the planner. He will. The bomb plant goes down, however. Sun Pius needs to be careful. Can't be drawn into that fight. Oh, the grenade is fantastic. That's going to dull his senses somewhat. He does a lot of damage, though, and sets up Mopos here for this 1-on-2, who does take some damage through the door. This is going to be wild for a moment. However, he does force the 1v1 with the low opponent, and Barton comes through. He will take the 8-7, and after a hard-fought half, GODSENT will be able to take the advantage into the second half. This will be decided in the next half. Do not go anywhere.
part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go begin. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming it's to win. You either got it or you don't. You either bought it or you won't. You either wanna give it everything or you wanna cry about a soul. I'ma say it from the jump. Mama ain't raised a chump. My mama raised me to persevere if I'm ever here in a slum. Cause nobody starts at the top. You do your part and you better buy. Working hard each and every day, even though some days it get hard to watch. But you gotta trust the process. Grind hard, don't you ever quit. It's a must, you see the progress. Got a ball till you get it hit. They can never do what I could do, cause they on the same stuff. If you doubt me, then I'm coming to show them what I'm made of. Yeah, always showing your integrity. Yeah, if you want it, I'ma let them see. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go back.
Battle continues between these two teams. GODSENT have a narrow 8-7 lead after just coming through in the last round to take it. And Movistar Riders now put themselves on the CT side for their map pick in this series. Remember, they take this series and they progress through to the group stages of ESL Pro League. GODSENT, they fall to the lower bracket. And a faster approach now from GODSENT towards outside. Simple set of smokes, a single smoke, Ward Warehouse, and not messing about. Got themselves into secret early on without so much movement. Oh, that's a great shot. Sun Pius is seeing stars.
That's the only player in lower. Seeing Dav starting to scramble to get down there. Taco opens the door. Dumal's actually the one to pick that one up from Hut side. There's still two players in upper. In fact, GODSENT going straight back up vent in towards upper side. They haven't cleared CT vent, but the model, the player model is so hard to hit on that angle when you're planting the bomb. Fix this game. And it looks like GODSENT just going to clear up absolutely everyone off the back of that.
Oh, that's not the first time we've seen that.
Dude, it's literally, okay, I was talking about the E button, like me playing in 2014, that was broken and like screwed me up. That was also something that has literally not been fixed for like 8 years or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think they tried to, right? Remember, they changed the model a little bit a while ago.
Yeah, they made it better, but
Still,
they still haven't fixed it, right? Like the hitboxes freeze as soon as you plant. So if you try and start shooting a player and you haven't seen the original spot they started planting at, you have no idea where the hitbox is.
is why people used to spin to win on the plants and, you know, hit the DPI button and whatnot. Anyway, can't go on about that forever, although I'd love to. That's just great from Sun Pius. Knows the angles perfectly. Is Alex checked? Yes, GODSENT. Good fundamentals, but the spam just continues. He's so close with all of those shots. He's hitting a couple of them.
He's just done so much damage now, and Deaths lands that. Does chip away at Laddo. Looking for that second body punch.
So unnerving, isn't it? Every little bit of damage, and that is probably what kind of swings things for GODSENT to spring to action at the moment. They're still just walking around in outside. All of them half HP. It's a nightmare scenario for GODSENT. How are they going to recover this one?
This is such a dangerous situation here in Annex too, because Phelps, now, if he wants to exit, where does he go? Right? Like, he doesn't have the cover outside. They're kind of just hoping that they can catch a rotation and these two players underneath can get that bomb plant in. But, I mean, Mopos is repositioned.
Dude, there's just a sound cue for him.
This is...
Wherever they go, he's going to know.
Now, Dav. Okay, Phelps does get the rotator. So Death does go down. He was sitting in top side. And now they know where everybody is. They've got a plant.
Spin to win. Speaking of which, Latto, no smoke to give him any cover. He just gives it a go. Gives it the good old try.
Yeah. High DPI and eyes to the sky. Just spin it As you said, spin it to win it.
Yeah,
That's not good for GODSENT.
definitely not. I mean, look, 2 guns saved over. The rest of the boys double eco. I think I know how this one goes.
Yeah, of course they're forcing into it. So Deagles are out. Sun's out, guns out. As well, what can they put together here, Pilsky? They do have some flashes, some utility to work with. So top
Uppers.
side, here we go.
It's very pigeonholed, isn't it? They got no smokes. They can't do anything outside.
Great flash to move Mopos off the line. However, they have still got to get through the firing squad. The fish are in the barrel and they are being shot. As Deaths, he's keeping it clean, Mopos. They only lose 2 there. So, I mean, if you GODSENT, you really wanted that bomb plant, but very difficult to expect to be able to get into top site without those smokes.
Yeah, and I think those are the kind of strats that, you know, the CTs are more than likely going to see time and time again in that kind of a round. You know, once you get so many reps in, you've been playing CS for such a long time, you know the money situation of the other team having saved 2 AKs over and no loss bonus. There's only so much they can do, you know. They can't just buy nothing but util.
Oh,
Okay.
That'll help. Lado. Absolute bell ringer onto Dav. They're going to get into this lower bomb site. Mopos will be here. Oh, he needs to control that spray. Smart plant, though. Don't know if some Pius could have made a difference there, but he's more concerned with supporting his teammate than he is from preventing the bomb plant. Oh, last bullet there. And that is...
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad, given they had pretty much just upgraded pistols.
I think they only even had like 2 people who bought digs or anything. Like, they get a bomb plant and they take 2 guns off of Movistar. Can't complain about that. 5+K across the whole team now instead of being at that like weird 4 to 4.8K kind of situation where you might have to skip a couple nades.
Yeah. It's not where you want to be. Not on your first gun round anyway. You want to come into that with as much money as possible.
Yeah, well, Mopos is broke. Dav's pretty broke. First gun round, though, Movistar goes straight for the double AWP.
Okay. That's different.
Yeah.
Makes it very difficult to retake if they lose under.
Well, we'll see what GODSENT wants to be doing in this first gun round.
They're going to give them control of outers.
Yep.
All the smoke's coming through, so...
They're waiting as well, though. They haven't actually thrown their own cross smoke. They've seen that the CTs have thrown a cross smoke, and you can see how deep Phelps is already behind Annex. He's going to be able to get maximum usage out of those smokes. They waited intentionally to be able to get a bit more space there. Smoke thrown for Alex allows him to have a bit of a one-way, but you can see GODSENT.
They're all over it.
Yeah, they're well aware of it. They're not really taking any space on outside, though. It seemed like they were really trying to set up for some kind of exec. I wonder if that's just spam or if that's a read from Sun Pius.
Double scoped. He was over the smoke. He might have been able to see something, but...
I mean, his smoke bangs have been pretty phenomenal on outside.
Absolutely.
He knows all the angles.
He is certainly more of a devil, though, than an angle. And Sun Pius again striking. Taco goes down, so...
Smokes don't work against this guy.
No, he finds his way through. Now the wide swing into Hut means Barton falls, and GODSENT, this turns into a bit of a nothing round for them.
Yep.
They try to get themselves some smoke cover outside. Sun Pius says no.
I kind of wonder what the plan was for GODSENT there. They did those outer smokes, and they had so much space, I thought they were going to put them to use, but it seemed like they just threw outer smokes and like were anticipating some aggression, maybe, and then they were setting up for that player to throw the cross smoke towards Annex. But they just never really got to that point. By the time Taco threw that, he had to throw it for himself. I think they wanted Phelps to throw it for someone else to get some space there, perhaps. Yeah, just spam.
Okay.
Just entirely spam. He just knows the angles too well.
Sees the shadow for that one. So.
Yeah, that's just such a crap way to lose your first gun round on the T side if you're GODSENT and you've already lost a map. like, that's just frustrating, you know? As the RGL, you know, you want to set up for your game plan, you want to do X or Y, and you just lose like that.
Well, they didn't account for the sun shining through the clouds that they put outside. However, this is faster. This is intent. It's a top side. But the layering of flashes is not good enough to dislodge Mopos. He disappears into the smoke. And that's left GODSENT to try and take some duels at the moment in top. They have managed to take it down to 2. 4v2 in top. And this is super awkward.
Yeah, you're talking about the retakes. I mean, Movistar haven't really had to do that because they are kind of picking GODSENT in transition every single time. This is doable in a 2-on-4, but with the T surrounded and so many angles to work with, it's going to be difficult. That's a big impact frag.
Ooh.
Clearing out that Annex player gives a bit more freedom to Taco, but fortunately, with that freedom comes a whole lot more risk. And Mopos, a beautiful 2K from that man. To close things out for Movistar, they break the money of the T side. And now, I mean, they're building up momentum, they're building up cash, and Movistar are really putting GODSENT under the pump. They're setting themselves up for that 2-0 and to potentially be, as far as I believe, I should have double-checked, but as far as I believe, I'm pretty sure they'll be the first Spanish team in the EPL groups.
Yeah, that's incredible if that is the case. But, I mean, Mopos is playing the CT side like the T side. He's running around with an AK and just flooring his opposition. Now, Alex looking to play a bit closer to the vent here. They need to stop this bomb plant from coming through. They're doing a good job so far. Mopos, he's just been dislodged from the top of the hut, but he fought so much time, and they keep it relatively clean. They will be able to recover the AK from the top of the hut too, so that stays in play for, I would assume, Mopos. But Movistar, they deny the bomb plant. That limits the options here for GODSENT.
4.4 for Taco. He's probably going to be the only person who has to forego a few of his grenades. So no flashes for Taco, but outside of that, all good.
What does he do?
I mean, I'm not sure. Do you just go for what you were trying to in that first gun round where it didn't really go well for you? Doesn't seem like it. Very different opening smokes from GODSENT. Throw that front of squeaky smoke, which Mopos just pushes straight in front of. They did throw a progression smoke on towards outside. Alex, he's in warehouse. They've already taken lobby control off of GODSENT, and with Lato going down there, it's like that meme you always see on Twitter. Medium level of panic. Now it's maximum level of panic for GODSENT.
Even now, Phelps is going to push in through the annex. He's actually going to catch Death off guard. However, Mopos is still there. He somehow found a gap in the smoke, and he's staying alive, Phelps.
Jesus.
Oh, what is happening here?
He just doesn't care. There's no respect being shown by Movistar. Kind of reminds me of the game we saw from LDLC yesterday. They're playing with so much confidence. They're not sitting back and playing not to lose. They are playing to win because they know every single round that they can get, every single time they shut down GODSENT is one step closer to EPL groups.
Okay, Dumau has been good for them. He's going to need to be great here. He just can't find that last 5% of HP that Dav has, and he's just going to stick in the corner. I don't know if he's going to survive. He's going to go for it anyway. Dav is hard stuck in that corner, but what he's doing is chewing up precious time. And nobody else from Movistar are interested. They've got the player supporting from ramps, but they're all just going to run away now.
Oh, it's just been a nightmare T side for GODSENT. Everything they try to do, Movistar is just disrupting them, pushing in front of the smoke, spamming them through the smokes, playing in disruptive positions to shut down his upper sits. Just doesn't feel like anything GODSENT is doing can work right now. Feels like Movistar just has their number.
You've got to take your hat off here to Mopos as well. All that information too from that ramp push coming through. How he, again... he is checking tickets on the way into the top side. So there you go, the full first Spanish roster.
First full Spanish roster.
Pro League. Yeah,
might have been a Spanish player or two playing in EPL before.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's massive. I mean, we've seen different iteration of Spanish teams for a long time. You know, you were talking about that existence core, and obviously there have been some Spanish teams in 1.6 that have done okay for themselves. Mixwell and Lowell are the only Spanish players. So Mixwell, yeah, we saw him kicking around in some NA teams. Lowell obviously playing for Mouse and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Was not too badly.
Yep, and even when they were playing together.
How cool is it as well that you have those players that have actually represented Spain in EPL before, but neither of them are present on this roster. There's no trickle down here. This is a full Spanish roster grinding together and making it happen for themselves. You know, they don't need that trickle down knowledge or anything like that.
No, they're 2 rounds away from securing that progression through to the group stage, which would be massive for them. What do GODSENT do here? They're going to speed things up a little bit.
I mean, their util sucks again. They've invested all of their smokes in the opening parts of the round. Trying to find a timing here. Mopos, how many kills through the sides of smokes is this man going to get? Another one for him. It's got to be so frustrating for them.
This man's a smoke criminal. What's his rap sheet look like?
Oh, mate. Been committing some crimes, that's for sure. Going to steal away a spot in the EPL group sooner rather than later. GODSENT, a very difficult position to recover. 4 on 5. The only map control they've got is Phelps in Warehouse, who, by the way, Dav is just... I mean, Sun Pius, rather, is just sitting back there. He's chilling.
Yeah.
Max chilling, really. Alex is over there as well in Annex. I mean, look, smokes, flashes, it doesn't bloody matter. Throw anything you want at Movistar right now, and they're going to kill you anyway.
Maybe a bit of his own medicine being given outside with the deep player. Sun Pius does go down, so Barton is trying to do as much damage as possible here. His chances of winning the round, though, remain slim as the 32-second mark ticks on the clock. He does not know that Alex has pushed all the way to the front of T lobby. So all he has got is that bomb strapped to his back, and so with it, the hopes of GODSENT.
Yeah, I just love that little detail from Alex as well. Like, positionally, this man is so solid. Instantly knows the exact position to move into to 100% that round. Like, yep, I'm in back of lobby. You're done.
Saving the AWP is all that they can do. Barton, he is out of options. Mopos, he's not the guy that you want. Oh!
He's not! There's no way! There's no way! GODSENT! He's got no money! He's got $650, Jim!
Oh, no!
It's literally the worst day ever for GODSENT.
Oh, my goodness. That adds insult to injury.
There's no way you can keep your mental. Like, even Phelps, like, I can see a little bit from the posture.
Yeah,
just the expressions on the faces of some of the GODSENT players right now. And I really can't blame them. I'd love to say it's super unlucky, but at the same time, Movistar are creating all of the opportunities that they're taking advantage of, you know?
That sound cue too, that there was one player that got the secret. Phelps is just going to up the ante though, so he's going to try and get into that position quite quickly. And it's a big important round for Movistar. That's Mopos. Biding his time in that vent, so he's got a lot of information to play with. Now that's such a cheeky off angle here from Dav. Now, Mopos, wow. They know he's there. They group back up, they take him. And so, does Dav take the plunge as well?
I mean, it's just such a weird situation to be in. You know?
They're all here.
GODSENT are running up and down the stairs in control room over and over again, and you're just waiting for them to peek. Please, peek me. Finally, they do, and Dav's able to get himself a 2K. The rest of GODSENT pinned in towards Decon, but they're going to break out, try to get this bomb plant, but over-peaking a little bit is the death of you against Sun Pius.
And that is now Barton, hopes and dreams of GODSENT, progressing straight into the group stages of ESL Pro League. He's going to choose his position. Movistar Riders are going to have to flush him out. A bit of damage. He goes down. GODSENT are going to fall into the lower bracket, and we are going to have our first all-Spanish EPL roster. They have qualified themselves into the group stage. They progress. This is fantastic news for them, and it is thoroughly deserved. We're going to throw it to the analyst desk after the break to take us through.